Okay, tell me if this sounds familiar. You're in a conversation, someone asks you a simple question, maybe, what do you think? And suddenly, nothing. Your brain goes completely blank.
Even though you know English, even though you've practiced the words before. But in that moment, under pressure, your mind just freezes.
If that happens to you, you are not bad at English. You are not slow. You are not broken. What's happening is totally normal.
Because speaking a second language is real-time thinking. You're not just remembering words, you're processing ideas, trying to stay polite, managing grammar, and maybe even feeling nervous.
And your brain? It's just overwhelmed. That's why you freeze.
But here's the good news. You can train your brain to handle that moment better, to stay calm, think more clearly, and speak more naturally, even when you're still figuring out what to say.
In this episode, we're giving you 5 specific brain smart techniques that will help you stop overthinking, respond faster, and feel more in control when you speak English.
These aren't magic tricks or empty advice like just speak more. These are practical habits that fluent speakers use all the time, consciously or not, to stay in the conversation and keep things flowing.
So if you've ever frozen mid-sentence or wished you could just speak more easily, this one's for you.
Before we get into the techniques, let's talk honestly about why thinking and speaking quickly in English can feel so hard, even for people who've studied for years.
The first thing is this. When you speak your native language, you don't build sentences. You don't think about grammar rules. You just speak. It's automatic.
But when you're speaking in English as a second language, your brain is doing a lot more work. You're translating, checking grammar, trying to remember vocabulary, managing pronunciation, and trying to do it all in real time.
And let's add this in. You're probably also nervous. You don't want to sound silly or make a mistake or freeze. That pressure makes everything even harder.
So what do most people do? They wait, they pause, they try to get the whole sentence perfect in their head before they speak. And that actually slows you down more.
Exactly. Your brain gets overwhelmed by too many tasks at once. It's like trying to type while solving a puzzle and doing math in your head, all at the same time.
And the result? Silence, hesitation, or those awkward pauses where you almost speak, but you're stuck.
But here's the important thing. This doesn't mean you're bad at English. It means you're trying to be too perfect, too early.
Fluency is not about speaking fast. It's about being able to keep going, even if your English isn't perfect. It's about staying in the conversation, staying calm, and knowing how to move forward when your brain hits a wall.
And that's where the 5 techniques we're sharing today come in. They help reduce that pressure. They take the mental load off your brain so you can respond faster, think more clearly, and actually enjoy speaking.
Because if you want to speak better English, the goal isn't to memorize more. It's to build habits that help you think like a speaker, not a student.
Let's get into it.
Technique 1. Chunk and jump.
All right, let's talk about the first technique, chunk and jump. This is one of the most powerful ways to sound more fluent and respond faster, even if you don't know exactly what to say.
So here's what usually happens. Learners try to build a full sentence in their head before they speak. They think, okay, subject, verb, object, wait, what's the right tense? What if I say it wrong? And they get stuck.
But fluent speakers don't do that. We don't build perfect sentences in our heads first. We speak in chunks, pieces of language we've used so many times. They just come out.
Exactly. So instead of thinking, yesterday I went to the supermarket to buy vegetables because I wanted to cook dinner, just say, So yesterday, I was like at the supermarket buying stuff.
You're not trying to be perfect. You're jumping into the sentence, then building the rest as you go. It keeps your rhythm going and gives your brain time to catch up.
How to use chunk and jump.
Start with a phrase you already know well. We call these launch phrases. They're your chunk. Then jump forward to finish the idea naturally.
Examples.
The thing is,
So I was like,
what happened was,
you know how sometimes
I didn't expect that, but
these chunks are like sentence starters. They get your mouth moving while your brain is figuring out what to say next. And they sound completely natural.
and the best part? You don't have to worry about grammar right away. You can go back and fix it if you need to.
Like, I went there yesterday. That's fluent thinking. You're adjusting in real time.
Start practicing this today. Pick 2 or 3 chunks you like and use them every time you get stuck. Don't wait to build a perfect sentence. Just jump. Technique 2, the sticky start.
So here's something a lot of learners struggle with: starting a sentence. You freeze, not because you don't know what to say, but because your brain doesn't know how to begin.
And that's where this next technique comes in. It's called the sticky start. It's all about using simple, reliable sentence openers that help you start talking, even when your brain is still catching up.
Think of these like mental glue. They stick to the beginning of your sentence and give you a second to think.
Go-to sticky starters.
Try phrases like,
Let me think.
I'm not sure, but
The way I see it,
what I mean is.
to be honest.
You've probably heard native speakers use these all the time. Why? Because they buy time, but they also sound confident.
And once you start, the pressure goes down. You've already spoken. Now your brain can focus on the rest.
So here's your move. Choose 1 or 2 sticky starts and start using them daily. Don't wait for the right moment. Use them in your texts, your conversations, even your private practice.
The more automatic your sentence starter is, the easier it is to keep going. And that's what fluent speakers do all the time.
Technique 3. Answer first, explain second.
One of the biggest reasons people freeze is they feel like they have to give a full, complete answer all at once, like they're being tested.
But in real conversations, that's not how people talk. We don't deliver essays, we answer in layers.
So this technique is simple. Say your answer first, then explain it. Even a one-word answer is enough to start. You don't need the full sentence yet.
Why it works. When you give the answer right away, like yes or not really, you break the silence. You stay in the conversation, and your brain feels safe to keep going.
Let's look at a quick example.
Question: do you like working at night?
Answer 1, yes, because I feel more focused at night.
Answer 2: not really. I get tired easily after dinner. Both are short, both start with a clear answer, and both buy you time to add more if you want to.
This is what we mean when we say, fluent speakers don't wait to say something perfect. They start small and build from there.
How to practice it. Practice this with simple yes, no, or preference questions. Ask yourself things like,
Do I like coffee?
am I a morning person?
Do I enjoy group work?
Start with yes or no, then give a short why, out loud.
You're not just building sentences. You're training your brain to react faster with less pressure.
Technique 4. Scenario thinking.
Let's talk about how most people study English and why it doesn't prepare them to speak in real life.
They memorize word lists. They repeat phrases from textbooks. But when someone asks a simple question in real life, their brain stalls. Why? Because they haven't practiced real situations.
This next technique is called scenario thinking. It's not about grammar, it's about mental rehearsal. You imagine a real moment, and you practice responding to it like it's happening now.
How it works. Pick a setting like ordering coffee, being in a meeting, or chatting with a new friend. Then mentally walk through it. What do you hear? What might someone say? What could you say back?
Instead of thinking in single words or full translations, you're training your brain to respond in context. That's what fluency really is, being ready when the moment comes.
Quick example.
Let's say you're at a cafe. Imagine the barista says,
Hi there, what can I get you?
now practice 2 to 3 natural responses.
Hi, I'll have a cappuccino, please.
Can I get a latte with oat milk?
Not sure yet. What's your favorite?
This helps you preload your brain with useful, flexible responses. So when it happens in real life, it's not your first time.
Scenario thinking trains your reflexes, and reflexes beat memorization every time.
Technique 5. Purposeful fillers. So let's say your brain is still catching up. You don't know the word. You need a second to think, but you don't want awkward silence.
That's where purposeful fillers come in. These are short phrases fluent speakers use all the time to pause without panicking.
They keep the rhythm of conversation going, and they give your brain a little breathing room while still sounding natural.
Try these fillers. Let me think.
It's kind of like,
What's the word? You know?
I guess you could say,
Not sure how to explain it, but
do these sound familiar? That's because native speakers use them constantly, not because they don't know English, but because thinking while speaking is normal.
and if you say them with confidence, even if you're still searching for the next word, you still sound fluent. You're staying in the game.
Pro tip. Practice these phrases until they come out automatically. Say them in front of the mirror. Use them in your self-talk. Because when your brain freezes, these are your safety net.
They keep you talking, and talking is what builds fluency. Not perfect words, but real flow.
All right, let's quickly review the 5 techniques that will help you stay calm, think clearly, and speak faster in English.
Number 1, chunk and jump. Don't wait for the perfect sentence. Start with a familiar phrase and build as you go.
Number 2, the sticky start. Use go-to openers like let me think or to be honest to give your brain time to warm up.
Number 3, answer first, explain second. Don't overthink it. Just say yes or not really, then add one reason.
Number 4, scenario thinking. Mentally rehearse real-life situations, not random vocabulary lists.
And number 5, purposeful fillers. Learn natural ways to pause while keeping the conversation alive.
Your action challenge. This week, try using just one of these techniques every day. That's it. 1 chunk, 1 sticky start, 1 filler phrase, even in your head or when talking to yourself.
Don't aim for perfection. Aim for real practice. These tools are meant to take pressure off, not add more.
And remember, fluency isn't about speaking fast. It's about not stopping when your brain needs a second. It's about flow.
In our next episode, we're taking this even further. You'll learn how to sound fluent even with basic English, by mastering the rhythm and stress of natural speech.
We'll show you how native speakers use music in their sentences and how you can copy that rhythm to sound more confident and natural right away.
It's like learning to play a song, not just the notes. You don't want to miss it.
We'll see you there.